Hey guys, and welcome to Work Wednesday. Originally, I was going to do price points and what kind of gear I would buy in each of those price points as a musician if I had X amount to spend or X amount to spend. I was going to do increments of 500, 1,000, 2,000, and 4,000. And I think I've decided to move that to Functional Friday because it makes more sense as Functional Friday. And this video is inspired by a comment that I got in one of the comments, which was some of the hurdles and things that I've had to, struggles that I've had to go through becoming a professional musician. I also want to open up this channel and be a little bit more honest about what I make as a musician, because I think it'd be cool to have this be more of a financial channel for artists than just being another guitar gear channel. So that being said, let's dive into a few of the struggles I've had to go through. I've had several over the years, but I decided to stick with just two because I think two were defining moments in my life. One was a person in my life that changed my life forever. And as much as I loathe that person or care very little for that person was a huge influence because of the fact that they were so cruel. So it was a teacher that I had, and he had the habit of blackmailing his students, taking advantage of his students. He was arrested a couple times for other things involving students, or at least one time that I know of. He demanded a lot from his students, even though he was horrible to them. And because he demanded a lot and because he was brutal, it forced a survival mode out of a lot of his students, and they became the best version of themselves because they needed to try and prove something. And I think that that type of person is in every field, no matter what you do. And that person actually is a horrible blessing. They actually end up changing you for the better, but it's torture going through it. And no, you don't need that person in your life, but at the same time, you can benefit from having that person in your life. And I've seen it happen time and time again because that person has come back around in a different person's body, but the same type of person. And I've watched them cause other musicians to make positive changes in their life through their cruelty, which sounds absolutely absurd and sounds like I should not be recommending this at all. And I'm not recommending it at all. Don't be that musician, and try to distance yourself from that musician, because when they go down, they're going to bring you down with them. But learn from that musician. Take advantage of that situation. It's a huge learning point, and it's kind of a defining moment that really made me the best version of myself, because I decided not to go down that road, but I learned a ton from the push of that particular musician. Moving forward, my second big struggle in life, in musical life, making that decision, was flipping the switch. So actually deciding I was going to become a professional musician permanently and drop all of the societal norms as far as making money. So at the time I was working at Bose, and I was making probably $25,000 a year, and I was teaching part-time and making $17,000 teaching, and then had just picked up another job for a nonprofit in Boston called Zoomix, which I'll put a link below. If you want to support a great program, please click the link and please support. They do amazing work for kids. This is not me being paid to advertise for them. This is just me telling you they're an amazing, beautiful nonprofit that allows kids who don't have money to have classes in music and learn a whole bunch of stuff like live sound, studio recording, all sorts of stuff, choir, salsa ensemble. It's really cool stuff that you just can't get anywhere else. So support if you guys have extra money and you want to do that. I try to always give support to great nonprofits like this. So anyway, back on the track. At the time, I was making that $25,000 for Bose, $17,000 in private teaching, and Zoomix had just offered me a job. And so I decided, in order to take the Zoomix job, I would have to flip the switch and turn off the Bose job, because this is really what I wanted to do, and being a salesperson was a good lesson in life, but not what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. So making that actual physical switch to leaving that job and starting the next one was really difficult because society has raised us from little tiny saplings to be afraid of not doing what the rest of everyone else is doing, having a normal job. And this kind of goes back to last week's thing. Just do it. Do what you love and do it as hard as you can, and you will be successful. Make yourself indispensable. That's one of the biggest ways to go over a hurdle. In every job that I've been in, I've made myself indispensable. Whether it was a normal job like Bose, I was one of the top salesmen. I was indispensable. They couldn't fire me. I was one of the best teachers. My students don't want to leave. I don't get fired. Like that's really where you want to be as you're making your passion a career. So that's your Work Wednesday. Hopefully it was useful. And please comment below if you have other topics you want me to talk about. If you want me to break down other things in my life, I'm perfectly open with it. This channel is going to be kind of like a financial channel, so I'll start being a little bit more open about what I make and how I make my money and stuff like that, because I think that's probably the biggest asset that I have for a lot of musicians out there, because you can do it. You don't have to be the best guitar player in the world or the best bass player in the world. You can do it just being great at what you do. You just have to find the avenue that works for you to make those streams of income. So that being said, have a great Work Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow for Theory Thursday. I'm going to go over the E chord shapes on Theory Thursday, and on Friday I'm going to go through different price points and ways that I would spend money if I had X amount of dollars to spend as a guitar player who wants a rig for gigging. Anyway, have a great week.